Hello everybody, and welcome back to Evolving Vibes. Welcome back to the community for witches, pagans, and everybody in between. Now before you continue scrolling on YouTube, let me ask you one question. Do an experiment with me if you would. I want you to, in a moment, close your eyes. I'm going to say a word, I'm going to spell a word, and then I'm going to repeat the word, and we'll talk about it in just a minute. So close your eyes now, and the word is cat. C-A-T, cat. Okay, open up your eyes. What just happened? You close your eyes. I said the word cat. I spelled the word cat, and then I said the word cat again. And I can guarantee almost everyone out there, you thought of a cat. You pictured a cat in your head. You went back in time to a specific time when you experienced the cat, or you literally just pictured your own cat right now, or maybe even looked at him. All that being said, that proves my point that words have power. They call them spells for a reason. And this video is going to be how to take and utilize your words, your activities, your thoughts and perceptions, and make them so that you can manifest the life, the reality, and whatever it is in between that you want to manifest for yourself. Now, if you find value in this and this resonates with you, be sure to continue watching and make sure to watch to the end of the video, because I'll actually be showing and demonstrating some of the methods that I use to manifest and how to reframe my day. So let's get started with this video, shall we? We've all heard about manifesting and manifestations, and we create our own reality. And that's one of the reasons why most of us have become witches or following this path, or maybe just starting out and are really curious about this path. Well, the reality of it is we can utilize our empowerment in the universe to create our own manifestations, to control our realm, to create our own reality. That's the empowerment of being a witch. And that's the empowerment of understanding, once again, the book I've brought up before, The Kabbalion. Today what we're going to be doing is talking a bit about the laws of attraction and how it works. But along with that, we'll be talking about our perceptions of reality, vibration, and a lot of things in between. So to start off with, let's look at the law of attraction itself. We think what we are. We feel what we feel we become. And what that actually means is very simple. If we're having self-defeating thoughts, if we're doing this internal dialogue, which is counterintuitive to what we actually want in our reality, we're going to be gridlocking our manifestations and gridlocking our abilities to move forward. However, if we understand the laws of attraction and we understand exactly what it is we need to do from a universal standpoint, from an action to manifest, our manifestations are going to work. Now, I bring this up because just a couple of weeks back, I had a video up on freezer spells. And I want you to know that I've never had a freezer spell not work for me, including this last one. So check out that video if you want after this video, and you'll see exactly what I did for a freezer spell. And I won't go into detail, but I can promise you everybody involved in that freezer spell has definitely moved on away from me and won't be bothering me any longer. So how did I manifest that? Well, first and foremost, I had intent. I really needed to make sure that I was safe. I really needed to make sure that going forward, the outside influences that were involved were no longer going to be able to influence my life. And I needed to know going forward whom exactly it was that was the outside influences. I put all that intent together, as you can watch in that video, and I sent it out to the universe, and lo and behold, it all manifested. So when we look at manifestation in general, our very first thing we have to consider is in fact our intent. What our intent might be. Are we very clear on our intent? And along with that intent, we have to take some form of action in order to make things work. Today, I had to get my laundry done. I couldn't wave a magic wand and get the laundry finished, right? But what I could do is know I wanted to get my laundry done, make sure the universe worked with me to make sure I had the fuel in the car, my car was running properly, I had the detergent that I needed, and got me safely to the laundromat where I did my laundry. That's what a portion of what manifestation is. Not that simple, of course, but the reality of it is you got to clearly want something. You got to have a clear and decisive goal in play. You got to put that intent out there, but most importantly, you have to take some form of action or actions, heartfelt, real actions to get this manifestation moving forward. The universe will have your back. The universe will make sure that you get everything that you need in order to make this manifestation real. But it's up to you to take the actions necessary for a relationship, but never go out and talk to people. You can't wish for winning $1 million if you don't play the lottery. And I don't play the lottery, I've covered that before, but if you do want money to come into play, then you have to put that intent out there, but you have to take some actions to make that money come into play. So that is one aspect of it. Now, getting into some of the things that you can do from a law of attraction standpoint, first and foremost, is really just create a gratitude loop. One of the major portions of manifestation is our mindset and our attitude. So if we're turning around and no matter what might be going on, we're living in the moment and we're grateful for the gifts that we're getting within that moment, it all works out. Gratitude loop actually works. So every emotion we have is on a frequency, whether it be anger and hate or whether it be love and joy. It's all a frequency. It's all very much part of a frequency. So if we're creating this gratitude loop and we're grateful for the little things that are happening, we're starting to find joy and contentment in all of the small things that are happening along our path to that giant manifestation. We're changing our vibe. We're evolving our frequency. And we're going to be drawing into us the higher vibed, higher frequency people and energies that we need in order to be successful and in order to manifest what it is we're actually looking for. So as an example of the gratitude loop, let's look at me right now. I'm grateful because I've got two of my kitty cats, Max and Shadow, laying right on my bed in front of me, and I've got Loki right down in this chair over here, cuddled up and just relaxing. So I'm grateful that I have my little family around me and they're all chill, healthy, and relaxed. I'm grateful that you guys are actually watching this video and that I've already gotten 184 subscribers. That's how the gratitude loop works. You got to look at the things that are happening right now and tell yourself that you're grateful for them, but why you're grateful for them. And honestly, you are grateful for the things that you're actually including into that. So it just reaffirms joy in your life. It reaffirms what means most to you and what you have available to you. And again, it just increases that vibe, increases that frequency. And you do this often enough, it becomes routine to you. It becomes part of your muscle memory. And it changes the way you look at your reality. And it changes the way you work your realm. Another way of manifesting is to give more. Let's stop and think about that for a second. Another way of manifesting is to give more. You're probably saying, well, what do you mean by that? Well, in the words of Anne Frank, no one has ever become poor by giving. So the reality of it is, if you want things to be received, if you want to receive things, you have to give things. Now, I look at money in a peculiar way, and I have a very peculiar relationship with money. What I try to do with my money now, and it's been working for me quite well for a very long time, is I look at my money as energy. I look at my money as universal currency. So I tend to try to spend my money where it's needed most, with local markets, local farmers markets, with small businesses around. Now, I'm not going to lie to you and say that there's no time at all that I don't go to larger stores, because I do. I've actually even put videos up here for that. But the reality of it is, that's a very small percentage of my money, and that's actually because it was something that I needed that I wouldn't be able to find or could not find at a local small business. But what we're doing when we're spending our money that way, we're giving our money, our universal currency, back to where it's needed most. The energy of appreciation from that small business to receive that money from the universe to help them grow is the same energy that we're going to be getting back by having spent that money in that manner to begin with. And so it becomes this big loop. And the same thing goes with giving to friends and family, giving time, giving energy, giving attention to friends, family, loved ones. The more we can give, the more we'll receive back. It's a very simple premise, but it's a very powerful premise all the same. Here's another method that I really, really like to do. It's called the 55 times 5 method. And you're like, Brian, I don't like doing math. It's not really about math. So what it is, we want to change our subconscious mind, right? And we want to change our conscious mind. We want both to be in sync with what it is we want to manifest and what it is we want to bring into our life. So what you do is you write your affirmation, your goal, whatever it is that you're looking to manifest, you write that down 55 times a day. For 5 days. That's where the 5 times 55 comes from. By doing so, you're reprogramming your subconscious. You're programming your mind. You're changing the way that you're wired, your brain is wired, and that will dramatically change the way you perceive your realm and your reality and how you react and respond to it. Try this. Try this for 5 days. Find one thing that you want to change or that you want to bring into your life, and just write that down, and write down a couple of little things about what it's going to mean to you when you do it, and watch what happens with that. It really, truly does work really well. And you're probably asking yourself, well, why 5? Why 55 times 5, Brian? Well, if you know tarot and you know numerology, you understand that 5, the number 5, is all about change. So when you pull up that 5 of whatever card it might be in tarot, some big changes are coming your way. Depending upon what suit it is, depends upon what those changes are going to be. However, numerology, 5 is change. So you want to make a change. You want to manifest your best self. The best way of doing that, write the intent down 55 times for 5 days and watch what happens when you utilize the universe and numerology and your brain pattern to get the changes that you want and you deserve. Another thing to consider with manifestations is aligning yourself up with the right people. Aligning yourself up with people that are actually going to be of that same vibe and frequency that you're looking to attain to or that you're trying to get through. This saying that I'm going to read to you by Nishan Panwar really goes a long way with reaffirming who you're around and how that can impact your manifestations and what it is that you have for yourself. If you're bringing yourself to hang out with people of a vibe that you're trying to reach or a vibe that you've just reached, well, it's very helpful to do. Now, the saying that I love is the greatest value of having good people around you is not what you get from them, but the better person you become because of them. And it's all about that. It's all about changing your surroundings, aligning with higher vibe people, higher frequency people will bring you to where you need to be in order to get what you want to get. Again, that law of attraction. Another method is the 17-second method. And the 17-second manifestation method is simple. When you first wake up in the morning, and you open your eyes, instead of reaching for that cell phone, just stop for a second and allow yourself 17 seconds to just daydream. Daydream about how it's going to be when you receive your manifestation. daydream how it's going to be and how you're going to react when those desires actually come to fruition. And you continuously do this throughout the process, because that will, again, align your vibes up to where it needs to be able to work with the universe to get the manifestations that you actually want as well. And it's just a nice way of waking up. Just a nice, pleasant way of waking up and starting your day. Already in that mindset of, this is where I'm going. I'm waiting for this manifestation, but it's already starting to come to me. Start to feel it. I can start to... And along with that, understand how the universe works. You may not always get exactly what you want, but you will always get exactly what you need. So no matter what the changes that are coming, no matter how small or trivial they may seem to you, be thankful for them, thank the universe for them, and again, look at it as, again, that next larger step to get you exactly where you want to go. So what I've actually done is put some bonus material in here that we're just going to be flipping over to in just a minute, and you can actually see some of the methods that I use every day or throughout my day to make my day more magical, but along with that, to help me manifest. Take what you want, take what resonates, and leave the rest behind. Another thing I'll do is on a full moon is I'll write my intentions down on a piece of paper or in my grimoire, and I'll put that into the universe, and I'll put that out there for manifestation. Perhaps even I'll dress and light a candle, and I'll burn this candle with the intent that I have in mind, and I'll allow it to burn out as I meditate on it to push that intention out into the universe. Another combination that I'll use is both my candle, incense, and tarot card. And I'll do very specific tarot rituals to get exactly what I need from the universe for this manifestation. It's very powerful, and it's very useful, and it's quick and easy to do. Another consideration to have is utilizing stones, both cleansing the stone and then adding your intent into that stone, and then utilizing those stones by carrying them along with you and make them part of your everyday use in order to get that manifestation to move forward. I will also turn around and utilize a mojo bag. I may use a mojo bag with the stones I just created, or I may add different stones to it and various herbs as well. But the mojo bag will be filled with the intent that I have, the manifestation needs that I have, and carrying it will empower me to help these manifestations come to be and allow me to move forward with what I need and what I want out of the universe and within my realm. Another thing to consider is coffee beans. They're hardly ever used in magic, but they could be used quite more often. You can put them in your hand, close your hands together, place your intent in those coffee beans, and carry them throughout your day. When you're having a rough spot in your day, you just take one of those beans out and simply just eat it. Another consideration is herbs. I use a lot of different herbs, and I make my own herbal teas. You find out what herbs work best for you, make sure they're safe to digest, and then you create your own magic potion by placing the herbs inside of moon water, brewing it, and then allowing it to stir. When you stir to the left, don't forget, we're pushing away negativity. We're pushing away things that mean nothing to us and things that will not serve our purpose. When we turn to the right as we stir, we're bringing in everything from the universe that we need and that we want. And again, infusing our will, our energy, and making it our own magic potion. Also, using magical tools such as that spoon, my silver pen that I use in my grimoire, and simply my jewelry. It's infused with energy, it's infused with my intentions and what I want, and it's infused with my magic and my power. And nothing says more to me than that bond that I have with my jewelry and my day-to-day practices as I go through different aspects of my day. Another thing to consider, as I said before, utilizing money as a universal currency, spending it wisely, but spending it where you know you're going to be helping others. Another thing to consider are stones. Finding stones from when you're going through a really wonderful portion of your life and collecting them. Then when you're having a downtime or you need to manifest those feelings again, holding on to those stones, placing them in your hands, and really focusing on those memories. Other things to consider are your magical potions itself, such as this black salt. Utilizing this black salt to help you with your manifestations and helping you get your intent into reality. And grounding yourself. As I said earlier, using stones, using soil from different areas, holding it, rubbing it, just really bringing that magical experience back to you goes a long way and makes a huge difference. And finally, just spending time at your altar, spending time doing the things that you love, enjoying the natural beauty. Make the magic your own. So folks, that pretty much wraps up our video for today. Check out my video on my binding spell, my freezer binding spell, and take a second look at it if you've already watched it, and listen to what I'm actually saying in it. And you're going to see how aligned all of this actually is, and how I utilized the universe to manifest the outcome that I desired and that was necessary for me. And please let me know in the comments what you might do to manifest, different techniques that you have. I always love hearing other people's ideas, thoughts, and practices themselves. But until next time, please be sure to be safe, be well, and as always, be blessed.